Drawing a blank. The cackles of the slovenly white trash annoys what semblance of coherency I've managed to hold on to in this late morning. Loud, southern-tinged idiocy with a vocal lilt that grates my ears with all the subtlety of a cheese grater on tender flesh. Morbidly obese females with bodies sculpted to resemble bloated toads, with facial complexions complementing the metaphorical comparison. Male companions who have yet to conceive of the grand concept of personal hygiene, or shirts with sleeves for that matter, no doubt captivated by the bright, shiny thing zipping around a racetrack, speech consisting of a system of grunts and two-syllable words. White trash at its finest. Sadly, perhaps considered mental giants to their brood. As I light another in a long line of nicotine-laced goodness, I am reminded of why I frequent this place. Here, I am a god among the insects. Only actual insects are less annoying. Having my fill of these primitive screwheads, I turn to the only other patron that fascinates my human spectating doldrums. Wilbur the fly buzzes around the glass of citrusy carbonated concoction in lazy arcs, content with his airborne syncrecy. I was really big in purple prose at the time, I should point out. So, big words. What say you, Fly? Has life been fulfilling for you? Wilbur lands at the edge of the long, emptied water glass. Life is meaningless, he says to me as his proboscis probes the rim. I consider his words for a minute. Are all flies as nihilistic as you are, I ask him. No, he says, still exploring the edge of the glass. Make no mistake, I'm not a nihilist, at least not in the traditional sense. I happen to be more of an existentialist. An existential fly. Fascinating. As I consider the possibility, Wilbur continues his discourse. I fly around after spending months as a larva. I seek food, fly around some more, and if I'm lucky enough to not be snacked on by something higher up on the food chain or squashed by one of your kind, I mate, I reproduce, and then I die. He takes off, buzzing around my litter of books that I have on the table. 3 to 8 days tops, and then I die. Well, seems a bit meaningless to me, really, I muse out loud, lighting up another cigarette. The couple sitting at an adjoining table are shooting me incredulous side glances. I pay them no heed. It's not like I have a lot of time to wallow around in self-pity about my lot in life. But what's your purpose? What's the point of your existence? Wilbur sighs. Then he lands on my arm. I make no move to brush him off. Now who's the existentialist, he says. I just don't see any reason for your existence. Now I need a reason to exist. As God's greatest creation, you're coming off as completely dense. So you believe in God. Who else but he would create something as pointless as a common housefly and give no explanation as to the purpose of creating me? I buzz around, I annoy a few people, and I die. The punchline, my caffeinated and rich friend, is that my purpose, my grand contribution to society, is to buzz around, annoy a few people, and then die. He takes off, buzzing around my head. He certainly is proving his point. I take a drag from my cancer stick and exhale a satisfactory plume of smoke. Oh, life is merely a joke? On a certain level, yes, although I must admit I do have it better than the mayflies. They live only a couple of hours, no mouths or stomachs, you see. They emerge from their larval state, mate, then die, all in the course of an afternoon. You want to argue pointless existence? There you go. Again, I fail to see the point. Wilbur lets off an exasperated sigh. Then you never will, he says, before flying away to other exploits. I light another cigarette and take a long pull from my glass of replenished soda.